to take a trip down memory lane here in this video. If you are a fan of the NFL in the early 2010s, you already know who this is. Odell Beckham Jr., maybe one of the greatest wide receivers in the early 2010s, alongside Antonio Brown, also alongside Julio Jones. Odell Beckham Jr.'s career, he came out swinging in 2014 as a rookie. Of course, we all know about, the catch, right? Maybe one of the greatest catches of all time. And I was up late last night thinking about prime Odell Beckham Jr. This is my favorite player of all time, other than, that man over there, TV12. But I loved Odell Beckham Jr. Watching him. He was the reason why I even got into football. It's a shame what happened to him. It really is. He was on legendary pace where he was in his career with the Giants. He was on astronomical pace, something that the NFL still to this day has yet to see. The closest person right now, I think, is Justin Jefferson. I think he actually just tied a record with Odell Beckham Jr. fastest to, I want to say it was like 200 receptions in their first 30-ish game, or it was something like that. It was like he tied Odell's reception record, both LSU guys. So, but man, Odell Beckham Jr. in the early 2010s was electric. You could not go to school without, someone at recess saying, "Yo, bro, Odell me," try to recreate the one-handed catch, right? And injuries, man, it just derailed his career like no other. It just sucks because that dude had so much potential, and he was lightning in a bottle. He slants to the house, 80 yards, 90 yards, whatever you needed him to do, he would do it. He could run every route on the route tree. He was routing up prime Richard Sherman. People seem to forget about that. In 2015, second year, Odell Beckham Jr. was routing up prime Legion of Boom Richard Sherman. That's pretty amazing. That's a good accolade to have. He's the fastest receiver ever to 4,000 yards and 200 receptions. It just got tied, like we just talked about. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2014. He's a Super Bowl champ. He was named the second team All-Pro twice in his career. Honestly, 3 Pro Bowls is kind of shocking to me. I thought he would have had maybe a little bit more, but it kind of makes sense because he had his prime. He hit it so fast, and then he also lost it so fast. His rookie year, he had 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns in 12 games played. I want you to think about that. He had 12 touchdowns in 12 games played and 1,300 yards. That's insane. You know how many? You're averaging 120-some yards a game. It's crazy work. I'm just going to go down the yards he had per year for you guys. I have it right up here on my whiteboard. 1,305, 1,450, 1,367, first 3 years. Okay? Now, touchdowns, 12, 13, and 10. That was in 12 games played, 15 games, and then 16 games. So he played a full season in 2016. But that's almost 4,000 yards and almost 40 touchdowns in 3 seasons. You know how incredible that is? 4,000 yards, just about. It might be 3,700, 3,800. I'm rounding a little bit here. And almost 40 touchdowns in the first 3 seasons. Just about. What? That'd be 23, 30, 35 touchdowns. So, that's such a hot start to your career. And then 2017, the year following, only 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. But he only played 4 games. That was the season he broke his ankle against the Chargers. I believe it was if memory serves correct, it was week 3 or 4? Week 3 or 4. It was one of them. Okay. He comes back. He's healthy again. 2018. Puts up 1,050 yards, 6 touchdowns in 12 games. So he still missed 4 games. Now, this is where he gets traded to Cleveland. Baker and Odell did not mesh in Cleveland. I do not know why. I don't know what happened there. They just didn't ever get it going. His first year in Cleveland, 77 catches, 1,052 yards. 74 catches, 1,035 yards, 4 touchdowns in 16 games. So, to Odell standards, that's not a good year, but it's a productive year. They were definitely expecting more out of him, I'm sure. But then the following year, 2020, tears his ACL, only has 23 catches for 319 and 3 touchdowns. Only played 7 games that year. And then 2021, this is where we really start to see a decline. 17 for 232, no touchdowns. But that was the year he won the Super Bowl with LA. That was the year Browns released him mid-season. Went and signed with LA, won a ring. So his legacy, he's, in my opinion, he's not a Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, it sucks to say, this is my favorite player of all time. He's Hall of very good. I think he's Hall of, in terms of prime years, I think he's definitely up there for maybe one of the best primes of all time. I mean, Odell Beckham Jr. had such a huge influence on people in the early 2010s. It's kind of insane. And it sucks to see injuries derail his career so fast, because you want him to, stack his confidence back up again. But when you go from broken ankle to torn ACL yet again in the Super Bowl when you were about to win Super Bowl MVP, I can just see how, look, that Odell in the past, it's gone, right? He's never going to get to that level again. But man, injuries fucking suck, dude. Injuries suck. He only played a full season of games twice in his career. He's played 11 years. He's only played full season twice. In both of them seasons, he racked up over 1,300 yards, over 13 touchdowns. Those are the only 2 times he ever played full seasons in his career. It's hard to believe that it only happened twice, right? But that's what happens. And these injury-prone guys, man, they just sometimes don't ever get it going, and it's unfortunate. But, man, I loved Odell Beckham. I mean, who didn't? I have a Giants Odell Beckham jersey somewhere. I don't know. I tried to find it for the video to wear it. I don't know where that thing's at. That thing's like 9 years old, so I don't know if we'll ever see a receiver come out and dominate as much as Odell Beckham did. Like I said, Justin Jefferson maybe is the closest right now, but even he still doesn't have a grip on, the culture like Odell Beckham did. So it's one of the most special things I've seen. And like I said, Odell is the reason why I even enjoy football at all. So I don't know if we'll ever see a prime like that again. And it's special to have that kind of thing, looking back on it. Man, he could have been one of the all-time greats. He really could have. If you like this video, leave a like, share it to your grandma. I don't know. Maybe she's an Odell fan. Go Pats.